without further ado, y'all, we got the good brother on the line right now. Just had a battle recently drop on LA Battlegroundz versus Columbo Black. Y'all got to go check that battle out. Show some love to the king right here. We got Eloh Stackz on the line. Yo, Eloh, what's going on with you, fam?
Yo, what's going on, fellas? You know what I'm saying? Just chilling over here in New York, man. Just glad y'all got me on the line, man. I appreciate it, yo.
Oh, man, much love to you. Really appreciate you coming on, man. You know what I'm saying? And,
right on.
Like I said,
right
man,
on.
that battle between you and Columbo Black, man, that was that was a good little battle, man. The comedy was in there. You had the bars in there as well. You know what I'm saying? How I like that battle, man. What's your thoughts on it, though? How do you feel that battle went for you?
I mean, well, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I already knew that by battling Columbo, like, I couldn't come in there on just you can't battle him regular, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just not going to work. So I had to throw a couple jokes in my shit, and I had the props. I had the routes bag with the diapers and the shit, you know what I'm saying? Because I already knew that whatever he do, he always, like, steal the crowd and shit. So I was just trying to steal a little bit of that crowd back for myself before we started. Now, I mean, I definitely think it was a good battle, too, depending on what you like. If you like, the jokes and the entertaining and, like, the witty wordplay, you might feel Columbo won it. If you like, more structured battle verses, bar wise and all of that, punchlines and gun bars and shit, then you're gonna think I won. Me personally, I think I won. You know what I'm saying? But every battle rap nigga think he wins, so take that shit with a grain of salt. You feel me?
Yeah, I think what people will say though about that battle, about it being close, is the first round when you had the stumble or the choke in the first round. I think that's where people may come up saying that it may have been a little bit closer, because I definitely think the last two rounds was that, like you said, that's a preference thing. Like, because y'all both have fire material, in my opinion, in that battle.
Right. I mean, to be honest with y'all, like, you know what I'm saying, like that whole choke shit, that shit was premeditated. Like, I came in there because I already knew Columbo's rounds was going to be all about that, because the last two times I was on LABZ, I choked and shit, you know what I'm saying? I choked, versus Dre Vicious, you know what I'm saying? And then me and Perfecto both choked on the call before that, so I was like, you know what, all right, you know what I'm saying? And the whole lead up on Facebook and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's all he was talking about. So I'm like, all right, bet. I'm going to play right into this shit. Because I don't know what I'm saying if people caught it, but the words I had said, I'm like, because Eric garner attention even if I'm choking. So it's safe to say we don't breathe the same oxygen. Like, you know what I'm saying? Regardless of whether I'm up here choking or not, I'm still better than you, you know what I'm saying? I'm still, everywhere. I still get more views than you, so it don't even fucking matter. Like, so that was all premeditated. I guess I should have, you know what I'm saying, acted it out, better, or said that it was fake, instead of letting just, niggas think that, I had put it out there. Because, I mean, how you choke in the first round and don't choke in the second and third? My shit was flawless after that. So I did that purposely, just trying to feed into the narrative, you feel me?
Oh, yeah, I definitely feel you on that. I mean, a little premeditated choke, almost on some Lux type shit. I know people want to say Lux ain't choke, man, but he premeditated that, man. I was performed a little too well. But, yeah, I definitely feel where you're coming from on that, man. Capo, man, go ahead and talk to the brother.
Hey, what's up, bro?
Yo, something, Cop. What up?
Man, let me introduce myself, man. My name is Capo the Don. You can call me Capo, a.k.a. Capology Facts. I got my own YouTube page, man. So, like, man, I'm going to put it like this. Nico puts me on some battlers, and there's so many battlers. I was talking to him earlier. There's so many battlers in this culture that it's hard to keep up with a lot of battles.
Definitely.
So if you want to catch my attention, there's something about you that I need to see. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm from the show me state, so it's like I need motherfuckers to show me that my time and my ears is wants to hear this shit. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So
Right.
So this is probably like the first time I heard of you. So I looked. I was like, oh, he has pretty good. He got a lot of battles with some names. And I watched about three of your battles. I watched the one with Tycoon Tax.
Okay.
The Pep, and your recent battle your recent battle that just dropped maybe a week ago. With your boy. What's his name?
Columbo Black.
Columbo Black.
Columbo Black. Columbo Black reminds me of fucking Tech Nine. I just couldn't, like a West Coast Tech Nine. I don't know. Whatever. But what I've seen from you, you have good material. It's just for me, like the little small choking that you be doing, and and stumbling with your words. If you just start perfecting your round where there's no stumbles, there's no nothing, I think you can start getting your bars up a little bit more. I think you'll be okay. I just, man.
No, I mean, not trust me, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying, I totally, you know what I'm saying, I totally get it. You know, like, that's my one of my shortcomings. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying, that's what I get hurt the most about. Now, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of the background on this shit. You know what I'm saying, like, so a lot of the times when I stumble, let's say, like not a choke, like where I forget my shit or where I just stop and start again, is because ever since I was little, I have a speech impediment. Like I speak with a stutter. You know what I'm saying? So flow and cadence is very important to me when I'm rapping. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I have to time my breaths and all of that shit, you know what I'm saying, in a specific way so that I could get everything out without having, you know, to stutter while spitting and shit. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes when I run stuff back, I run it back because it allows me to go forward from there. You know, so I can't really just stop and start. So if you get like a crowd reaction or something, that might fuck me up. I might go back 2 or 3 bars and shit just so I could be able to get into my other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, like, some of the times it do be choking. I ain't gonna front. Like, versus Dre Vicious, my shit blanked out. I ain't remember none of my shit. You know what I'm saying? But, like, in some of the other battles, it wasn't really, like, chokes. It was more, like, just me getting my shit together. Like, the joint versus Pep that you seen, you know what I'm saying, that battle for 300 and all that. Yo, go check that out. Eloh Stackz versus Pep on the Coliseum Battle League. You know what I'm saying? Nigga said I choked.
Yeah, that was a fire battle.
I'm like, nah, I didn't choke. It was a stumble. I just had to get my shit right. You know what I'm saying? So like
it wasn't
I go
a choke
into
for you.
the
It was
ring.
A stumble. Yeah.
I go into the ring at a disadvantage every time I go in. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that I'm definitely trying to work at. You feel me? Plus also this year I haven't taken that many battles. That was also a problem too. Poor prep. You know, I took 11 battles in my first year of battling and shit. So sometimes, you know, shit kind of fucked me up. I was eating too much. You feel me? I was getting greedy and shit. I was hungry though, you know.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I will say. Go ahead.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Oh no, what I was gonna say is, you know, with the whole entire like choking or stumbling. I think one thing how people view battle rap, and see, I'm from the old school as well because I've been watching battle rap since the early '90s. So I remember the old rules: money on the table. If you stumble or choke, you lose the battle.
That's it. You lost.
So that's
facts.
Right.
Yeah. So that's how I am now. Except for right now, I understand that we're going based on 3 rounds. So if you for a stumble, I said, okay, that round you lost, but now what about the other 2? Because you could still win a battle like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I really do believe when it comes to that, like how you said, like having more time to prep, not having so much on your plate, you know, having the flow and the cadence down. Because I talked to other battle rappers before, and they're like, man, battle rap's one of the hardest things to do, man, because even the slightest a second longer crowd reaction can make you forget all your shit.
Hear it because there's nothing else. It's just you. Everybody's quiet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They staring at you. So if you fuck up on a word, everybody catch that shit. You know, so it has to be pinpoint perfect. Like that's why, like, you know what I'm saying? That's why, you know, people be like, oh, you know, you just a battle rapper or whatever, you know, whatever. I'm like, yo, that shit is fucking hard. It's harder to battle rap than it is to rhyme on a beat. Anybody can rhyme on a beat. You got your flow already. You already know what I'm saying, where the bar ends and where it begins. In battle rap, you are the beat.
Yeah, that's fact. It's acapella, so you have to be able to control every facet of the battle.
Hey, Nico, how do you feel about one-rounders then? If somebody does a one-rounder and they're, like, winning, but they end up choking or they stumble, how do you call it? Do you call it they lost?
Me personally, I call it the same way. Because think about it if it was Fight Club or one of them, like back in the day. If you choke or stumble, money on the table, one round, you lose. That's one thing. And, Eloh, I'll bring this question to you. One thing that I like one-rounders, but at the same time, we never get classic one-rounders every time we have them. Most of the time, it really cheats the fans out of a classic three-round battle. Like, we've had Rex versus Young Ill. That's a classic. You know what I'm saying? You've had a few other one-rounders that lived up to, you know, the hype, but you know, not all of them do. And so I wanted to ask you, like, are you somebody who would do a one-round battle if it made sense to you, or are you strictly going for 3 rounds of fire material?
So, I mean for me personally, I prefer 3-round battles. Just because, like you said, you know, the one-rounder is cool, you know what I'm saying, because, you know, you're allowed to get a lot of material off in a short clip. You know, you could just dump 60, 80 bars on somebody, bang, and just be like, oh, shit, he just wait. The only problem with the one round is that you don't really get that back and forth, you feel me? Like, you don't get a chance for rebuttals and stuff like that. That's what makes a lot of battles classic. You know, the fact that, you know, like, that's what made Strick and B-Dot a classic. You know what I'm saying? The fact that Strick would say something and then B-Dot will come back, match that shit, and then Strick would do a rebuttal and match what B-Dot said. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that shit just helps build it up. It builds it up until the third round to a crescendo. You know, the one-rounders is kind of like most of the time the dude that spit last wins because, you know, that's the lasting impression that everybody in the building has. So, I mean, if you know, whatever, I have done one-rounders before. I guess you could say one-rounders is easier to memorize because, like, you could always cut your shit short, you know. So if you have a problem memorizing this shit, a lot of people do one-rounders. But I prefer the 3, just like I said, because, you know, I need that back and forth, man. I need to get hyped, man.
How did you feel when Pep wasn't listening to you? He just had his headphones in.
Yeah, word. Yeah, nah, he had his headphones in the whole time and shit, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
whatever.
How did you feel
and
about
then,
that?
You know, like I said, like, he came out with some hot shit. I couldn't even rebuttal it because it was only 1 round. Matter of fact, that round was supposed to be 3. No, that battle was supposed to be 3 rounds and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, something happened, you know, a couple weeks into the event, but, you know, it actually got switched to a 1-round. So I had 3 rounds worth of material. I actually think I rapped longer than him, but he went second, you know? So a lot of the crowd in the building, I'm saying, peep that. But, yo, everybody should go peep that shit, man. Right, yo, that shit is a good battle, man. We was going at it.
Yeah, that was a dope battle. I like that battle of you.
Yeah, most definitely. So I have a question, man. You know, I always ask, you know, all the battlers that come on here this question, man, because, you know, I want to get a feel for, you know, where you trying to take, you know, your battle career in the future. So if you had a hit list right now, whether you think it makes sense or if it's just dream matchups, like if you had a hit list right now of people you guarantee could battle, who would be like the top 3 names that you would want to battle right now?
That's a good question, man. And it's funny too because if you're a battle rapper and shit, everybody asks you that all the time. You know what I'm saying? They'd be like, oh, you know, who do you want to battle and shit. And sometimes it changes, man. Like, you know, battle rap is real fickle, man. Like, you could, you know, saying, want to battle a nigga 1 minute, and then, you know, 2 seconds later, oh, nah, he's trash. I want to battle him before. You know, but me, I always been a fan of Lux So obviously, you know, if I could get the battle with Lux, I would do that shit. You know, I could battle B-Dot too. That's, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, like, you know, nah. I ain't even gonna do that comparison, man. I ain't even gonna do my man die like that.
Yeah, don't do that because I don't know about that, bro.
But
I don't know about that
you
one,
know,
brother.
Lux. I also like K. You know, I fuck with Big K. Like, we had very similar matchups. Like, when I was starting, people would always compare me to Big K. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, we both like big, you know, white dudes. He's white, huh? You know, I'm actually Cuban and Dominican, but you know what I'm saying? Everybody think I'm white and shit. So, and then like, I don't know. I'll Lux, Big K, and then, you know, whoever, man. It doesn't matter who the third one is. They all dying. Feel me?
You know who I really, you know, want to see you against, and I don't know, this is going to be going into the next thing I was going to ask you, but a person that I would love to see you against just because it would have a gritty New York feel to it would be you versus Dougie. Because when I listen to you battle, you give me that, like I said, I'm a battle rap fan. Like, I love the West Coast. I'm born and raised out here. The West Coast is in my veins for life. But at the same time, battle rap, that started in the East. And so I always watched that. And every time I heard people battle, that gritty New York, just street, just vibe, you just feel that. You and Dougie have that. So if I could see y'all two battle, that'd be a dope matchup.
Nah, yeah, that would definitely be a fire matchup, man. Yo, that boy Dougie good, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, he over there at We Go Hard. You know, We Go Hard in Coliseum, which is my home league and shit, Coliseum Battle League. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Coliseum and the guards. You know, niggas always be going at it and shit. We trying to like compete, you know what I'm saying, for who's like the best, you know, in New York besides URL and shit. So niggas is always talking about making cards. A lot of We Go Hard dudes battle on Coliseum. Coliseum dudes battle on We Go Hard. So you never know, brother. You know what I'm saying? I might could be a matchup that could happen down the line. So, you know, I'm gonna definitely keep that in mind though. Like, I mean, when I'm booking battles and shit, I ain't even really think of Dougie. That's actually a pretty good catch. Salute to you, my G. You got that air.
Oh yeah. Yeah, most definitely not, man. When certain battlers, man, because like I said, I'm a battle rap fan, so I listen to everybody. I don't care if you have a big name, not as much as you just started. Like, man, I watch everything, man. So for y'all, I really would love to see that battle. But what I wanted to ask you is, you know, because Dougie, you know, he just recently had the PG on URL last year. I was going to ask you, do you have a goal of making it to like a URL stage for a PG or even, you know, later on down the line in your career, like a main stage?
I mean, of course. I mean, ultimately, if, you know, anybody that gets into battle rap got into the battle rap because of, you know, mostly URL and, you know, Smack DVD and shit. So, like, it's like the prestige, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? So if you an up-and-comer and you get offered a PG battle, like, that's like you're one step away from, you know, from all the niggas you used to see on the DVDs and, you know, and where Moot, you know what I'm saying, battle this nigga and where Math Snuff Serious Jones, you feel me? So, of course, everybody wants to get to URL, but, like, I'm kind of not, like, pushing for it because I'm real comfortable where I'm at right now. I had the luxury to be a part of two of the best up-and-coming leagues on separate coasts. Coliseum is making a lot of real noise in New York. You know what I'm saying? We went from 1,500 subscribers on YouTube to almost 6,000 in like 6 months. You feel me? And that's just from putting out good battles. So I'm at a real good position there. And then now with LA Battlegroundz, you know what I'm saying, I got the hookup last year, and, you know, I've been on 4 cars now. LA Battlegroundz is kind of like ruling the West right now. So, you know, I'm not really like pushing for it. If it happens, it happens, you know what I'm saying? But I'm one of those that, you know, kind of like wants to earn it. You feel me? Like, I don't want to do the politic thing, man. I don't want to kiss up to niggas and, you know what I'm saying, have to do this and have to do all that. You know, if y'all want to holler at me for a PG, man, hit me. I'm not hard to find. I'm everywhere.
Okay. Yeah, I heard that, man. See, that's what you just said right there with the politics. See, that's one thing, in my opinion, that's really fucking the game up right now. So a lot of people, they they're either going to cry their way. I'm not trying to down talk anybody, but just keep it a buck. A lot of people either cry their way into certain matchups where they're begging for it, or they're just going back and forth or trying to create debates and arguments where somebody would say, oh, yeah, this battle should happen, versus just letting your skill go ahead and do the talking, where it's like, look, I done went ahead and put in all this work. I think my resume speaks for itself. I deserve any battle I want right now.
Exactly. I mean, because ultimately, like, I don't know about everybody else, but my life, nothing was handed to me. You know what I'm saying? So I had to work for everything. So why would that change now? In battle rap, and it is a big politics is a big part of it. Who the connections you have. You know what I'm saying? So on and so forth. A lot of people get those PGs and all of that stuff, and they don't really deserve them, And then they go up there one time, they shit get vaulted, and then you never hear from them again. But they be like, yo, I got that PG, though. Like, nigga, it never came out. Who cares? Only the 50 people that was in the building seen it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? But that's not even the end goal anyway. Just to get to the PG shouldn't be anybody's end goal. It should be to graduate, and do what T-Top and Briz Rothstein, you know what I'm saying, and John and all Chess and all these dudes did. You feel me? But like I said, I ain't even pushing for that, man. I'm good on Coliseum. I'm good on LABG, man. We moving.
Yeah, that's a fact, man.
That's
definitely.
What's up.
Go ahead, Cabo. Okay.
I was gonna say, since your main stage is the Coliseum, right? So is it that since that's your first home, you kind of like not dominated it, but you kind of stamped your name in that Coliseum? Is it now that you're moving to LA Battleground, you're going to do the same thing and then move on and try to go through the whole roster?
Oh, I mean, well, definitely. Like, the thing about Coliseum is Coliseum got damn near 40, 50 battlers on the roster. So you can only put so many battles out, on the card. I mean, shout out to Blackbeard. He does the best he can do. But sometimes you may go, 2-3 cards without getting to play. So originally, last in 2015 it was, I actually know the homie Fiji Osai and shit. You know what I'm saying? Fiji Osai been fucking with LA Battlegrounds. So he brought in, letsbeef.com to kind of, throw a little sponsor event, and that was LA Beef 1. And that's how I originally got down with LA Battlegrounds. And I've been riding with Travis and Wood since, man. They already know what it is. So, I mean, if it's not like I'm gonna try to progress, through the roster, because obviously I'm not from LA. Like LA Battlegrounds is LA. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all should get some shine, like B Dot and and Ratchett and Dopey and Columbo and Perfecto and Nomad. But I told Woods and Trash, whenever y'all need me, baby, I'm here. I'm only a flight away. I love Cali. Feel me?
Right. Oh yeah, most definitely. So I wanted to ask you something, man. Go ahead. My bad.
No, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. So what I wanted to ask, and I've asked most of everybody this as well. Versus pen or lyricism versus your performance. In your opinion, what is, as far as winning battles, what is more important? And to you personally, for your own style and how you battle, what do you emphasize more so in your battles?
So as as we had talked about, earlier and shit, battle rap has kind of shifted from, the early days where we was talking about Fight Club and the Smack DVDs and shit. That was mostly about balls. Nobody really had performance back then. It wasn't an attribute. Nobody gave a fuck, if you was entertaining. They wanted to hear some shit and they wanted to hear it now. As opposed to nowadays, it's more theatrical. You feel me? It's more entertainment. It's on, they do it live. They have pay-per-views for it. They put it on YouTube. They put ads on the YouTube thing. So, the entertainment value has actually kind of, if not overtaken the lyrical side, it's at least 50-50. Me personally, I like lyricism, but that's just who, you know what I'm saying, where I come from and shit. You know, I'm from Queens. I listen to Nas. You know what I'm saying? Like I listen to Mobb Deep and all of that. You know, some real thought provoking, intricate shit. You know, but the performance is a big aspect because if you can't control a room, nobody give a shit. They gonna start booing you and they gonna tweet out. They gonna talk everywhere and fuck your footage up. So it's definitely like 50-50 nowadays.
Yeah, that's a fact, man. Like one of my favorite battlers, he's actually I feel he's in my personal top 5, but I honestly believe he's top 5 right now. Is JC, and that's just based on the work he's put in. To me, he has the best pen. No disrespect to Lex, he's on a different. He's in like a god mode, or you know what I'm saying?
With the pen, right? How he constructs his verses.
Yeah, but JC, because he's had so many battles and he's never took a day. Like him and Danny Myers are two people where you can turn on any battle and you're gonna get crazy fire material. Especially JC, like his pen is just every battle consistent, and so that's why I always give him the edge as far as best pen in battle rap right now. Just because every single time he shows up, he goes in every single battle. You know, whereas Lex, we'll see him every 2, 3, 4 years.
Taking breaks, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a fact. And you know, whereas Lex, we'll see him like every 2 to 3, 2 to 4 years, which it's great when he does it. But I always try to give the edge to somebody who every single month, basically, you see this person on the card and they're never cheating the fans ever, and you're getting crazy fire material. So I always salute people who always give that penmanship, because one thing that I feel, and I'll let you go ahead and, chime in and let me know how you feel about this. People who are qualified as pen game battlers or lyrical battlers, they have performance and they do perform in their battles. They just don't let the performance overshadow what they wrote. So they're not going to have crazy gun gestures, dance moves, and things of that nature, because the emphasis is on what they wrote, not the dance move or the performance of it. But they are performing the bar in a way that doesn't overshadow what they're talking about. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously, if you're up there, nobody is fucking standing up there just mad stiff and shit, just like, like they're reading something off a teleprompter. Nah, you up there, you moving and all that. But like when a lot of times when when people talk about performance, it's not just how you move. It's about the things you say, or how you say it per se, like to get the crowd, to draw them in, and then drop something on them, and then they go crazy. A lot of the dudes with the pens, JC, Danny Myers, Danger Zone, KG the Poet, you know what I'm saying? Dudes like that, a lot of times the shit that they saying is so overhead that people don't even know how to react to it. Like, they know it's fire, but they don't know exactly how fire it is because they haven't contemplated it yet until they catch it back on camp. So that's why dudes like JC and Myers are appreciated, because regardless if you see him in the building, you're going to catch some fire shit, and regardless if you see him on camera, you're going to catch some fire shit. But the performance aspect, like everybody said, is almost just as important, because it is entertainment at the end of the day. And I think the performers actually get more popularity, or, you know what I'm saying, like, because they know how to control a crowd, and that's good for ticket sales. You feel me?
Most definitely.
So, like, somebody like Hitman Holla, you know what I'm saying, like, look, he just got whatever, how much, they battle is probably over at $1 million already. Why? Because everybody know Hitman gonna do some shit. They just don't know what he's gonna do, so they tuning in. Like, with a guy that spit bars, they know, just like you said, every battle you click on is going to be fire, so they don't have to watch it immediately. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
yeah.
It's like that give and take. You feel me?
Right.
Most definitely. Definitely.
Hey, Eloh, let me ask you. I got a couple of questions. My first question is, where do you see battle rap going from here? and is it going to get bigger than what it is now? Because in the Philippines, in the Philippines, battle rap is like
huge.
Their number is really huge. They play it on TV. You know what I mean? For battle
they
rap.
battles be having like 35 million views and shit, right?
Right. So, yeah, them are my two questions. What you feel about that, man?
So I mean, I definitely could see battle rap getting bigger. I mean, it's already kind of, obviously we all know where it started because we all fans, we all been here from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? So we see where it's at back then, and we see where it's at now. And now just like you said, we have to see where it's gonna go. But I think it's kind of already still heading up because you have stuff like Wildin' Out, on MTV all the time. You have this dude now on Comedy Central, Jim Ross. He has the roast battle now. So it's not battle bars, but they telling comedy and shit. It's the same concept. You know what I'm saying? So like all of this this one-on-one, nobody know what's gonna be said type shit. I think that's good. And now I think like Hollywood is starting, not necessarily Hollywood, but people are starting to take notice of it that weren't original battle rap fans. So I think it's definitely gonna get bigger. How big? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if there's gonna be another like battle rap movie. Like somebody gonna put out 8 Mile Part 2 and shit. Somebody gonna put out, you know what I'm saying? The smack fucking 30 for 30 on ESPN, like I have no idea. But shit, I'm with y'all. We along for the ride, man. Let's see. Let's ride this motherfucker till the wheels go off. You feel me?
Do you think it's the competitiveness now? Because back in the day, you really didn't hear anybody ducking each other. You know what I mean? It was always, I want to battle this person because I know I'm the best, and that's what happened. And it seemed like the hunger, there's no more hunger now. Motherfuckers are ducking, motherfuckers are taking bags, not showing up, not coming in with complete rounds, sucky-ass material, no drive. You think of this, what do you think about that, man? Like, because I feel like
I mean, definitely people,
all that shit going on now is it's ridiculous.
Right. I mean, definitely people have abused, you know what I'm saying, the I guess the privileges or the perks that some of the battlers get nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like taking that deposit shit and not showing up is corny as hell. Like you stealing money, bro. Like I don't know in what, you know what I'm saying, neighborhood you grew up in, stealing was ever cool. You feel me? Like, it don't matter if you grew up in the worst neighborhood. It don't matter if you grew up in the fucking suburbs. If you grew up across seas, nigga, stealing ain't never good. So that shit is corny. I actually, help set up cards and shit for letsbeef.com. So if I know a guy backs out a lot, I don't even book them, bro. I don't even want to deal with those issues. I mean, money has spoiled some people. When they ask you for the bag, a lot of them use money as a crutch too, just like you said, to duck people. But I think nowadays it's because everything goes on camera now, and there's a lot more eyes. So nobody likes taking that L and shit, So if a battler knows that there's a guy that's gonna kill him, he gonna think twice before stepping in that ring. Which, maybe back in the day, a lot of the times, you didn't even know who you was battling, bro. You was like, yo, we here, I'm picking you up. We going to Brooklyn, we going to Harlem, you know what I mean? My man's, his man's battle. We going out there, and we just going to roll up. What's good? You ain't know what he had. You ain't know if he, you know what I'm saying, spit wordplay or bars. But now it's like people be doing mad research on each other, and, the matchups are so publicized that people are scared to take a loss. Because then they going to get it an angry fan and I'm biased and all of that shit. But, I mean, if you scared, my nigga, go get a dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Fuck that. I battle anybody. It don't matter who the fuck it is.
See, and what you just said, man, that was the point I was just getting ready to make, because the difference between now versus back in the day, people battle rap because they were trying to get their music out. They weren't battling just for the sake of battling. It was all about getting their music to go ahead and get those looks. Nowadays, the objective is not necessarily music, even though there are battlers who do music. The objective now is whatever social media can give you. So whether it's a Wild 'N Out contract, whether it's World Star, whether it's just attention, some people, honestly, some battlers view attention as more valuable than money or wins and losses. Because if somebody's watching you, you must be important. And, I feel like, especially now with the competitiveness, I feel like people now are trying to find ways, not necessarily to win, but to find ways to not lose, where the fans will not let you lose. You're just trying to find a way to get the people behind you, where you have people like Charlie Clips now, who at one time was looked at as arguably the GOAT. And now it's to a point now where he could battle a person like Ill Will, come in there with 3 okay rounds, spit some okay freestyles, things of that nature, and people will say, well, this battle is debatable. You know what I'm saying? Versus you have other people who come with 3 rounds every single time, fire, they're not cheating the fans, and they'll be the people who more times than not, take losses in the eyes of some fans. So I feel like today's era, it's just all about that internet. Like, it's all about the, what can this internet get me? Versus back in the day, people was hungry. Like, even the competitive edge, like that toughness, like how you said, you go from Brooklyn to Harlem, borough to borough, and you would just have your round or your rounds together. You didn't know where you was going. You didn't know if your homies. Hey, you didn't know if the homies that, their homies had a problem with your block, and you didn't know what you was getting yourself into. So you could be in the middle of spitting your round, and you had to be aware of everything around you because you could get snuffed. Especially like out here on the West Coast when, we were heavy into gangbanging, like in the 90s, especially like when I was a kid growing up, you go corner to corner, one corner, that's a Blood neighborhood or a Pyro neighborhood. Right around the corner is a Crip neighborhood. And you ain't going block to block like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you had to be very mindful of where you were going, even back then. So I feel like nowadays it's easy for you to just go to some league. You're not going to get, for the most part, you're not going to get touched. You're not going to get booed for the most part. You're going to have your 3 rounds. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only thing you have to worry about is just getting your rounds off. Versus back then, there was other elements.
It's a lot more comfortable nowadays.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's taking something away from battlers now versus back in the day.
I mean, of course, it definitely is. Plus, I also think that the competition, I think that it's just so much more content out nowadays than it used to be. Like people would watch, old school battles, 4, 5, 6, 10 times. Niggas will recite, bars from the 3rd minute of the first round. Nowadays, a lot of niggas will click it, they see a round or whatever, and then they go to the next shit. So I also think that dudes, they just don't get too hungry for it because they know if they can have a bad performance, fuck it, they could just battle next week and then the shit will drop on YouTube and boom, then they could kind of cover up that other old shit. You feel me? Like, I think that plays a part into it too. Just the fact that it's more accessible now and like things could kind of get hidden. You feel me?
Hey, let me ask you something. What you feel? How you feel about? You think B Dot is ducking Verb right now?
Do I think B Dot is ducking Verb? No, I know B Dot. I know Dot. Dot's the homie, man. I know Dot since 2015 when I came in LABG. You know what I'm saying? I was over there, with my team and shit. Shout out to Fijiosa. Shout out to RA. Shout out to Strick. You know what I'm saying? Those are the homies. Nah. Dot ain't ducking Verb, bro. Hell fucking no. Verb just got smoked by Gems, my nigga. Look, now I knew. I said that I already knew you. You said you was from the Show Me State, so you from the Lewis shit. I heard Jim.
Wait. I already know. Look. And that's for when I heard he lost. I put out a fuck you video. Like, hold this nigga, hold this L. I put out a blog. Then I went and watched the fucking look. I went and watched the motherfucking battle my motherfucking self. And everybody was like, Gems won. No. I feel Verb edge every fucking round. I go to my point.
Now, hold on. This is why
everything.
Okay, but this is why I have to play devil's advocate for a second, because you have the luxury of watching that on camera and catching everything that they weren't able to catch in the building. In the building, it's a whole different feel than on camera. On camera, you're not catching the energy. You already know how fans are. Fans come there drunk, so they just start cheering for random shit, or they don't cheer for fire shit. Like, you already know how that is in the building. So I feel in the building, he definitely won, because most of everybody said he won. Now, on camera, it may say something different, just like how Danny versus Sway. A lot of people feel Danny won that battle. I feel he won that battle, but in the building, they said Sway won. So, you know, it just that's another thing with judge battles,
like,
man.
Y'all gotta remember, and I'm saying a couple factors here. First of all, it was in New York. You know what I'm saying? Jim's background. It was on RBE. Jim's league, you know what I'm saying? Verb came out here and shit, and you know Verb and New York have a testy relationship anyway. Like, he ain't get booed or nothing like that. I actually wasn't there, but one of my mans was there. He told me everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you already know. Like, I was actually listening to y'all show the other night, and you were saying it, like, you know, like you wouldn't expect to beat like a Steams at a We Go Hard, or you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't expect to beat a Danny Myers or a Dre Vicious on LA Battlegroundz, because that's they shit. But also, you got to remember, it was for the bread, bro. So, like, they ain't, like you said, they ain't had a chance to go back on camp. If Jim was funny, if he had the crowd rocking, you know, then that's what it is. Going back to my battle, I had an experience like that with Pet. Pet beat me in the building because he had some antic that flipped the room. But if you go back on the camera, ball for ball, I smoked this nigga. But, you know,
I didn't like that tag team. I didn't like
that
tag team he did on you, though, man. I didn't like that double team on. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like
me,
that,
man.
bro.
To say that
I was like, are you kidding me right now?
Man. It is what it is. A lot of niggas didn't like that shit. I ain't like it, but you know what? You know, I signed up for this battle rap shit. And
even with that,
whatever niggas got, bring it, man. I'm saying everything is fair game, bro. Just don't touch me and we good. You feel me?
Yeah, most definitely. You know,
that'd be hard.
Oh man. Yeah, just to get my take on the whole B-Dot and Verb thing real quick, man.
Crazy.
Oh yeah, that battle is crazy. I definitely watched that a few times already as well. But just to speak on the whole B-Dot Verb thing, like you said, man, like I done had conversations with him, and we had a whole 3-hour interview with him, and he broke down that whole situation on why the battle didn't happen. You know, if he would battle him. You know, and I done seen this dude already in enough battles to know that his preparation is crazy. Especially if you watch like the Danny Myers battle, like he's rapping for, I don't know, 6-7 minutes, 3 rounds. So you're talking about somebody memorizing almost 20 minutes of material and delivering it crisp, no choke stump. Like that, I don't feel like he would even flinch at battling A-Verb at all, and I really don't even think that would be a close battle at all. That's almost disrespectful, because Verb, I think people just give him the respect because when we were watching, when URL was first getting, you know, acclimated and everything, and the Midwest movement was popping, Verb was that nigga. He hasn't been that dude since the Math battle. That's just my opinion. Now, he's had flashes, but flashes doesn't make it doesn't do anything for you when the totality is not. You get what I'm saying? So as far as that situation, I really don't think he was ducking at all. I think that's just the case of Verb, you know, doing his little, I guess you call it diva thing or whatever it is, you know, doing the little mind games like how Verb is known for doing, and then the battle just fell through.
I mean, they was gonna book this shit, you know, like from what I heard on you know, I don't know the ins and outs, you know what I'm saying, you know, I ain't holla at Traz or Woods or beat out of nobody, but you know, from what I heard from both sides and shit, you know, they was gonna book it on LABG. Verb gave him a price and he was like, yo, I need it by this day or it's not happening. Like, I mean, when you put you know, 2-3 day timetable on some shit, you know, you asking for 2-3 racks, like, you know, a lot of niggas don't just got that shit in their pocket. Like, battle rap is not really lucrative for the league owners. You feel me? Like, most of the league owners barely break even out of these shits. So if you coming out your pocket 3-4 racks to book one of these big artists, you have to make sure your shit is situated right. You have to make sure you get some of that back. And that time limit, might have fucked it up. And B-Dot don't even like battling anyway. So he's like, why am I going to go through all of this shit? You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to do this. Like, he in the studio every day, bro. Like, he making music. Like, he reading books and shit. Like, that boy different, man. He different. Like, for real.
Traz broke all of that down as well when we talked with him. And, he said the same thing. Like, man, we gave him a time period, gave him a day when he needed to have it, have the answer for it. He didn't. Then after the fact, he said all of this. So, that is what A-Verb is about, man. He does things like that, as we've seen with numerous other battles. But, I wanted to ask you something else. Yeah, one of the listeners.
Hey, Nico. Hold on real quick. Hey, Eloh.
Yeah.
Really, one of my favorite battle rappers out Missouri is B Magic. I really wasn't a Verb and Hitman fan like that. I respected them and stuff like that, but my favorite was B Magic. So
right.
Just because I'm from Missouri, man, it just that doesn't matter. And then I don't. It's not like I don't like. I don't like. It's not like I don't like B-Dot. I just feel on a A+. A game Verb. I don't know if he could touch him like that, but I know Verb is not going to do that.
Exactly.
A game Verb, so I know B-Dot's going to take it.
Yeah, that's the big thing. A game Verb. When was the last A game Verb people seen like that? That is what I think the argument is. Because, of course, Verb is on most people's Mount Rushmore. I hear all the shows, man. Not most people, but he used to be at least, But, like this battle rap shit is real fickle. It's all about what have you done for me lately. So if you haven't been putting out good performances lately, nobody care about that old shit because that old shit is old. Everybody want to know the new shit, and that's why everybody is talking this B-Dot Verb shit because Dot is like one of the hottest new niggas out, right now.
Yep.
And Verb, Verb is a name. Of course, he wants to check, but you don't think a little bit that he want to battle B-Dot to get a little bit of that, get that little comeback? Like, if Verb beat B-Dot, niggas ain't gonna be talking about it.
He does, but at the same time, I think Verb, you just lost to Gems. The best thing for him would be going to Solitude and focus on your next battle of 3 fire rounds.
Nico, get
you
out
know
of
what I'm saying? But
I don't hear that.
man, look, it's neither here nor we could go on and on about that Gems versus Verb battle, but now what I wanted to ask you, man, because we had one of the listeners. A shout out to my boy Jeremy. He was asking, would you do or would you want to do a KOTD card like the Bunker or even like A-Hat, like one of their league as well? Like, would you take a battle on one of those platforms?
Oh yeah, definitely. Actually, in regards to KOTD, I had a few talks, with some people, behind the scenes. Lush One, shout out to Lush One. Go to all the fucking LABG events. Plus, I have some connects in Canada too through letsbeef.com. So, that might be a move. Y'all gonna see the boy on in 2017. And A-Hat definitely, man. First of all, I fucking love Vegas, nigga. Don't book me for a battle in Vegas. That might be a bad idea. I might not show up to that shit. I might be cooked on the roof somewhere on the fucking on the strip. You feel me? But I would definitely do. Like me, I'm not one of those that whatever. Oh, I'm only gonna battle on this big league, and I'm only gonna take this big name. Like, no, obviously I'm a businessman. You know what I'm saying? There are travel, you know what I'm saying, ramifications involved whenever you're talking about going out of town. But I'm not one that shies away from investing my own money in myself. Like the first couple, the first couple of times I took OT battles, I had to come out of my own pocket, but that was because I had the confidence in myself that I know this money is going to come back. Plus, shit, I like traveling, like, man, like going out to LA, going out to Milwaukee. I was in Toronto last year to battle Tycoon Tax, like, you know what I'm saying? That shit is cool, man. It's great to experience, other places. It's definitely hard battling on the road, but I think that just sharpens my sword for when I come home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a fact, man. That's a fact. Well, the next thing I wanted to get into, man, we going to get right into this next battle you have, LA Battlegroundz, LA Beef 3 card. Got you versus Ratchett, man. This has potential, man, to be one of the top battles of the night. How are you feeling about the battle, man?
Nah, man, it's funny too because like right after the last event when I battled Columbo and Ratchett battled Primo, I forgot who came up to us. It was I think it was the Nomad, yo. I think it was the Nomad, and me and Ratchett was talking and shit. I told him, good shit. He told me, yo, good shit, whatever. And then the nigga was like, yo, I might have to cook you, right? I'm like, nigga, please, fuck are you talking about? So then I think it was Nomad. He had the camera out and he fucking put the shit on Facebook Live, and he was like, yo, look. And me and Ratchett was just arguing it in the venue. And then like 2 days later, Woods hit my shit, was like, yo, we doing this BGs versus OG shit. I want you and Ratchett. I said, you know what? Fuck it. We already talked about it at the event. Let's make it happen. Plus, it's not like homie trash, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, he good. I'm going to go out there and smoke his fucking boots like everybody else.
So you looking to just go in there and just body this dude. You ain't even looking for a classic or a debatable. You just looking for the kill right now.
I mean, look, listen, man. At the Coliseum Battle League, we got a saying. It's fight back. So I hope that nigga fight back, man. That's all I want. Like, 'cause if niggas don't fight back, I don't just like beating, you know what I'm saying? I don't just like beating dudes up, man. I like that back and forth. That's what gets me hyped. That's what I do it for, that adrenaline rush, that fear, that damn, he might say something crazy and I'm going to have to come back with it. Like, so that's why I took Ratchett, I'm like, man, he got some fire shit. I already know he gonna have the crowd behind him. You know what I'm saying? Everybody always against me when I go to LA anyway. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm the out of towner and shit. But I mean, obviously, dudes give me love. You know what I'm saying? After the battle, but before the battle, they're like, nah, fuck this nigga, fuck this Coliseum dude. You know what I'm saying? From New York, nah. The LA dude gonna win. So everybody had Perfecto beating me. Everybody had Columbo Black beating me. A lot of people got Ratchett beating me. But man, listen, I got 2 months to prepare for this shit. It's over.
You seen his battle? You seen his battles?
Yeah. I mean, well, his last shit that hasn't dropped yet. So he was supposed to battle somebody, but the dude backed out, and then Primo Creams, I think his name is. He had a battle, and his dude backed out. So Ratchett and Primo battled each other. So I saw that. And then I previously saw his CDF and shit. I forgot who he battled, some dude in the park or whatever. So I seen him, plus he black market and all of that. I already battled Perfecto from Black Market. I battled Columbo Black from Black Market. Fuck it, might as well go for the trifecta. Throw Ratchett on the hit list. If anybody else wants it, they can get it too.
I heard that, man. Yeah. So. With this card,
the first one that chokes lost.
Huh?
Oh, here we go.
I said the first one that chokes loses.
Here we go. We ain't doing that right now. You ain't shit.
You probably right,
you ain't
though.
shit.
Yeah, like, yo, this nigga Ratchett gonna be like, oh, fuck nigga Eloh, he whack, he choked. Nigga, you choked that last event too, nigga. I was there. Fuck out of here.
Hey, nah, but with this with this upcoming card, man, I know that you real pumped and you excited for your battle and everything. But from the other matchups on the card, like, who are you looking forward to seeing the most on this card?
I mean, first of all, this battle this card is fire, man. You got 10 battles on here. You know what I'm saying? You got the headliner, of course. You got Strick versus Young Cannon. I mean, Strick has been on the rampage, even with the B-Dot battle and then everything else after that. He just been 3-0 everybody. You know what I'm saying? Versus Young Cannon give you a good performance every time, so I definitely want to look out for that. That Geechee Gotti versus Link, I gotta see that, man. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen Geechee live yet. What happened?
Oh no, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nah, yeah. So I was saying, the Strick and the Young Cannon, the Geechee and Link. I definitely want to see that. Saint versus Yak too. That shit gonna be good.
They've been selling that shit in the group, man.
You got Remy D versus Fly King, Element versus Dopey, Nomad versus Demigod, Fiji versus Neek. You got RA versus Primo, Boney B versus Freddie. Like, you're going to get your money's worth if you come to this event, man. All the battles is going to be fire, you know what I'm saying? It's always a good time. Traz and Woods, always throw the best event. Shit start on time, shit end on time. It's never no static, man. I love going out to L.A. And this ain't going to be no different, man.
Yeah, man, most definitely, man. Well, we got the brother Ratchett on the line right now, but before we get to that, man, I want to give you a chance to go ahead and do any shout-outs and also plug, like, if you have upcoming battles, music, anything like that, man. I'll let you go ahead and take a few minutes to plug everything.
Okay, man. Yeah, definitely, man. Well, first, I just want to shout out y'all. You know what I'm saying? Tuesday night battle talks, you know what I'm saying? West Coast Battle Media. I appreciate y'all showing the New York dudes some love on the West Coast. That's real big for me, man. That's love. Y'all keep doing y'all thing. I'm definitely going to support y'all in whatever you do. You know what I'm saying? If you ever need an interview or need me to chime in on something, because I be going to these events in New York, too. I be going to URL, and we go hard. So if y'all need a recap, you could just hit me and shit. But yeah, man, it's Eloh Stackz on all social media, ELOH, Stackz with a Z. That's IG, Facebook, Twitter, Snap, everything. And I just want to shout out my team, man. Shout out Coliseum Battle League. Shout out Season 2. The commission and shit. We here, man. And April 15th is going down. LABG, Eloh versus Ratchett. Somebody got to die. And it's not going to be me.
I heard that. That's what it is, fam.